A woman in West Virginia who was one of Donald Trump's biggest supporters now regrets her vote for Trump because he fired her from the federal government. Just take a look at the clip.
This flag used to hang there.
This was the flag Jennifer Piggott proudly hung outside her home during campaign 2024.
We had the flag. I had the shirt. I was a Maga junkie.
A Maga junkie who thought her government job would be safe with Donald Trump in office. She was wrong.
I cried. It's scary, you know, it's a really scary thing. And I was embarrassed. He's a good boy.
Piggott was abruptly fired last month from the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Service, based here in Parkersburg, West Virginia. The reason given for the firings of 125 probationary employees at the Bureau? Poor performance.
I had my last review on the 31st of January, and I had the highest rating that you can get on a review, less than 21 days before I was terminated for my performance.
You voted for Donald Trump.
I did.
Do you regret that vote?
Yes, I do. To cut the knees out of the working class Americans just doesn't make sense to me. I expected more from President Donald Trump.
Since speaking out, Piggott says she's received death threats and her home has been egged.
Yeah, she had her flag out, she wore the t-shirt, she was very much in Donald Trump's corner, and now she regrets it. She would not have voted for Donald Trump again, and you're seeing this sentiment all over the country. There were a lot of people out there who voted for Donald Trump to lower grocery prices or lower gas prices. Now, obviously, that's not happening, and instead, he's firing people from their jobs and destroying the federal government. We are already seeing a lot of regret from Trump voters, and I think that's only going to increase, just like you saw there.
A Trump supporter that lost her job directly because of Donald Trump's policies now says she regrets her vote, and she is going public telling anybody that will listen. Now, this is a federal worker that lost her job directly because of DOGE cuts. Take a listen to what she has to say now.
You voted for Donald Trump.
I did.
Do you regret that vote?
Yes, I do. To cut the knees out of the working class Americans just doesn't make sense to me. I expected more from President Donald Trump.
Yeah, she expected more. And what she really means there is, I didn't expect him to come after me. He was only supposed to go after other people. We were supposed to own the libs. We were supposed to go after the people that didn't like Trump, not your supporters. And now she is in the find out phase, that she too is being affected. But the story actually gets much worse for her, unfortunately, as since coming out and going public with this, her house has been vandalized. She has been receiving different kind of threats. It's really turned her world upside down, from not only losing her job and getting in the find out phase, but now losing her friends because she's going against Trump.
Jennifer Piggott's story is a clear example of effort out and find out. She was a big Trump supporter. She believed his promises, supported his ideas, and ignored the warnings from others. But life has a way of teaching lessons, and for her, that lesson came when she lost the job she thought was safe under Trump. Hello guys, welcome to my channel. If you're coming across this channel for the first time, my name is Rosemary. Kindly consider subscribing to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Before we get to the video, let me play a few clips on the same, and I'll be back with my commentary. All credits goes to the original creators of these videos.
A self-described MAGA junkie gave a very tearful interview with CNN recently where she actually expressed regret over voting for Donald Trump because, like so many other people, his policies directly, negatively impacted her life. The woman, Jennifer Piggott, was a employee at the U.S. Department of Treasury. But she was one of those so-called probationary employees, right? And so Elon Musk and Doge came around, fired her along with about 100 other people, citing poor performance, even though her performance reviews were through the roof. She was doing a great job. But the man she voted for and the man she voted for who he picked decided to fire her anyway. And that kind of sent her over the edge. So here is what she had to say in this CNN interview. We had the flag. I had the shirt. I was a MAGA junkie. I cried. And while she said that, she started tearing up again. It's scary, you know. It's a really scary thing. And I was embarrassed. I'm not sure that I would have voted for Trump and the way that it's been done. I'm for balancing the budget, that type of thing, but not in this context. It's just not right. Now, she continues, and I'm going to read the rest of it in just a minute. as of right now, obviously, this is not like some of those other stories I've talked about where the MAGA voters get screwed and they're like, oh no, why is it happening to me? But they say, yeah, I'd still vote for him. Like the guy whose wife that he had just married, they were coming back from their honeymoon, she gets detained by ICE for over a month, and he's like, but I'd still vote for Trump. Okay, that guy, no sympathy for, even though now he's like, well, I may leave the country. This is a different situation because this woman realizes, she's like, look, I was a part of the cult. Then this happened. And I realized, holy crap, this guy has no idea what he's doing. I regret my vote. Although she says, I don't think I would have voted for him. Hell, that's still better than I'd still vote for him again, right? She's reachable. She understands she made a mistake. She got swept up in Trump mania. And now she understands that that was wrong. These are the folks that are reachable. These are the folks that we need to be talking to and having the conversations with and getting them to come around and realizing what happened. Now, regular viewers understand I'm probably not that guy. I mean, there are other people who do that way better than I do. David Pakman is definitely one of them. I don't have the temperance, the patience for that. But other people do a very good job of it. They're not quite as hot-headed as I can be, but I do think I need to work on that. Obviously, that is a personal thing that I definitely need to, do better at. But at the same time, I also do understand that there are plenty of people that are reachable. Some of them you need a gentle touch. Some of them you kind of have to get in their face and explain to them what's going on. I'm a little bit of the latter. But I think this individual, definitely reachable, and I do think that there are hundreds of thousands of more people like this out there. But then she continued talking, and she said this. I expected better from Trump. I really did. I expected what you do was right, cut waste and fraud and all the things that you promised us before we elected you in office. But you're not doing that. You're creating a disaster, and I don't know what America's going to look like if this continues. See, what gets me about that is the I expected better. Why? This isn't his first term. I could see if this was Donald Trump's first time in office, people saying, I expected better. We got 4 years of experience from this same guy showing you shouldn't expect better. But more importantly, we have to take off our blinders from time to time and listen to the other side. We really genuinely have to do that. Because everybody on the left, hell, even the people in the middle, were telling y'all this was going to be chaos. Trump was very clear that they were going to come in and fire, 75% of the federal workforce? And everybody on the left, and again, in the middle, were telling you doing that will cause nothing but disaster and chaos. The disaster and chaos are things that we talked about for months leading up to the election, for the couple of months between the election and the inauguration, and up to including this day. This was all very predictable. This should not have come as a shock, unless, of course, you bury your head in the sand and you only listen to conservative propaganda. That's the other part of the problem. That's the bigger part of the problem. The information is out there. The truth is out there. The people willing to explain it to you either harshly or sweetly are out there, so you can choose how you want it delivered to you, but you have to take off the blinders and understand that we don't do this just because we hate Trump. We don't do it because we hate Republicans. We do it because we're trying to educate people. We're trying to get them to make better personal choices when it comes to the world of politics. That is what we do, and that is why we do it. It's not because it's the most fun job in the world. It's because we have a duty to keep people educated and to fight back against the right-wing propaganda. That's what we're doing. So I do have sympathy for this individual, and I'm glad that she has seen the light. And hopefully more of these, MAGA junkies, as they call themselves, I guess, hopefully they do as well, and hopefully they can see it without having to go through the hardships. But sometimes that is the only way to see it. Either way, there are people that are reachable. And this isn't a ha-ha story. This is a light bulb story. This is an opportunity for us to take to do a better job reaching out to the other side and bringing them into reality.
Jennifer worked at the Treasury Department's Bureau of Fiscal Services in Parkersburg, West Virginia. This area strongly supported Trump in elections. Like many people in her town, she believed Trump's plans would help her. She thought less government control, lower taxes, and getting rid of corrupt officials would be good for the country. But reality turned out to be very different from what she expected. When Trump and his team started cutting government jobs, it seemed like a good idea until people like Geneva started losing their jobs. The job cuts were led by the Department of Government Efficiency, which aimed to reduce government spending. And sadly for Geneva and more than 125 of her co-workers, this meant they were no longer needed. Imagine her shock. She voted for Trump, probably wore a Maga hat, a Maga t-shirt, and even defended these policies. But when those same policies caused her to lose her job, the reality hit her hard. It's easy to support policies when you think they won't affect you, but it's a different story when those policies take away your paycheck, your security, and your future. Geneva admitted that if she had known this would happen, she wouldn't have supported Trump. That's what makes this situation ironic. She thought Trump's policies would only hurt lazy people or corrupt government workers, not hardworking people like her. But government job cuts don't care who you voted for. They happen to anyone, no matter their political beliefs. Jennifer is not the only one facing this problem. She represents many Trump supporters who didn't realize that their votes would have real consequences. For years, people wanted them that Trump's policies wouldn't just hurt the other side, they would hurt his own voters too. Many ignored this warning, but now Jennifer and her co-workers are learning the hard way that elections matter. Her story is also about misplaced trust. Jennifer trusted Trump to protect people like her, but his government was never about helping workers. It was about making numbers look good. Cutting federal jobs was an easy way to show efficiency, but it left real people struggling. Unfortunately for Jennifer, she was one of the people who suffered from those decisions. People have different reactions to her situation. Some feel bad for her because no one deserves to lose their job, no matter who they voted for. Others see this as a lesson in responsibility. The same people Pigott ignored when they warned her about Trump are now watching as she faces the result of her choices. What's even more surprising is that Trump supporters often fought for policies that actually harm them. Again and again, communities that fought for extreme right-wing politicians end up losing healthcare, suffering from economic problems, or in cases like this, losing their jobs. But many of them don't see the connection between their votes and their struggles. Pigott's experience should be a wake-up call, but will she learn from it? Will she and others like her remember this moment when they vote again? Or will they once again believe false promises and blame others for their problem? It's hard to see. One thing is certain, the irony here is impossible to ignore. The same Trump policies she supported ended up putting her out of work. If that's not a lesson in consequences, then what is it? What do you think about Jennifer's situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.